Over the years, advances in speedcube technology have allowed cubes to be faster and better than ever. These advances have pushed the limit of how good speedcubes can be. This, however, is the YJ GuanLong. And it's not just the YJ GuanLong, it's one that I lubed very badly a few years back, and I consider this the worst turning 3x3 in my collection. But today I'm going to try to make this as good as possible and see if I could get as good times with this as with my GAN Air SM. But for reference, I'm going to do a solve with this thing. Oh wow, so I actually got a 13.08, that wasn't too bad. But this was a pretty lucky solve. I probably would have gotten like a 10 or sub 10 on my actual main. So I'm gonna do another one. Yeah, so you see I got like a 17. And I'm surprised none of the center caps fell out because that's a common problem with this cube. So I'm gonna be trying to make this as good as possible in this video. So I disassembled the cube and wiped each piece off with a paper towel. And as you can see, there was quite a bit of dirt and dust and whatever else on the piece, and probably even excess lube that was slowing it down, that came off on the paper towel. So the paper towel actually got very dirty. Wow, look at that. I also wiped off the core of the cube to get any dirt and excess lube off of that. And then I reassembled the cube. Okay, so this is already much better. It turns more like my other slightly better GuanLong. Oh, obviously missing a lot of center caps because that's a problem with the GuanLong. But this is already an improvement. The next thing I'm going to do is put in some DNM37, which is my personal favorite lube. I use it on my main. Basically, this whole video is just going to be how I set up my main, and I'm doing it to this cube. I'm going to squirt in 1 or 2 drops of DNM. Oh god, I think I way over-lubed it. I think I did over-lube this a bit, but it does turn much faster. Yeah, this is already much better. I'm going to get closer to my normal times on this. Although there is lube coming out of the thing, and I don't think that's supposed to happen. So I'm gonna wipe it off. Now the last problem this cube has, in my opinion, is the center caps falling off all the time. I'm gonna try to super glue the center caps to the centerpiece, and although that means I won't be able to tension it, I don't use this cube very often, if at all. So it's not going to really matter. I don't suggest doing this to your main cube. Just know if you want to glue down center caps, that would mean that you're not able to tension it ever again, which is a risk I'm willing to take with this cube since I never use it. So I got super glue and I'm going to glue the center caps onto the centerpieces. So I'm going to do this very carefully. I don't want to mess this up. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there on like each side of the center cap, and I'm gonna place it hopefully without touching any of the other pieces of the cube. You know, actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disassemble the cube. That's what I should have done anyways. I went around to all 6 centerpieces of the cube, putting super glue on the center cap to attach to the centerpiece. I gotta put it on the inside of the centerpiece. So if you ever want to super glue your center caps for whatever reason, then do it on the inside of the centerpiece. That way it doesn't get on the outside of the piece. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave these a couple minutes to dry, and then I'll reassemble the cube. Okay, so it's been a few minutes, and I'm gonna reassemble the cube and see if I need to re-lube it. Okay, so the cube is reassembled, and it's drier than it was. I think that's because of the super glue like residue on the outside of the centerpiece. So I'm gonna put 1 more drop of lube in. I already kind of over-lubed it, but I'm gonna put 1 more drop in just to make it less dry. Oop, that got on the outside of the cube. 1 more drop. I'm probably overdoing it, but whatever. So I do think I made this cube a lot better. So I'm gonna do 1 more solve to compare like before and after. That one solve turned into an average of 5 because the cube was actually working pretty good. Okay, so a 1326 average of 5. That's not what I average like maybe 12.5, but this is definitely a huge improvement from how this cube was before this video. So, do I recommend putting super glue in your speed cube? No, but at least the center caps aren't falling out of my cube. However, cleaning out the cube and lubing it definitely made a huge difference and it improved this cube greatly. So the moral of the story is basically clean out your cubes and lube them every once in a while, especially your main cubes. Even my main, the GAN Air SM, I usually clean out and lube pretty regularly, and it does make a huge difference in how well it turns. So as you can see, I was getting much better times, like I was averaging sub 15 on this GuanLong, just because I set it up properly. So I'd say this video was a big success. Make sure to like this video and subscribe for more cubing content like this. Also, join my Discord server with the link in the description, and I'll see you in my next video.